Hi and welcome to this week's video where we will be looking at the darker side of history. While researching for another video, I found out that Devizes once had a prison. Learning about this, I knew I had to find out more. Devizes did have a lockup which is beneath the town hall and was opened in its current form in 1806. It was used to imprison troublemakers overnight in the 19th century. Devizes Castle was used as a prison for petty criminals in the Wiltshire area until the castle was destroyed in the 15th century. In May 1648 the castle was dismantled following a parliamentary order, a process known as citing. The stone was used to build other local structures. The castle we see today was designed by Henry Goodrich, an architect from Bath. They started to build this castle around 1840. Wiltshire Justice decided to build a bridewell. Bridewells historically referred to a former prison or place of detention. The term originated from Bridewell Palace in London, which was converted into a prison in the 16th century. Over time, the name Bridewell became associated with prisons in general. In a broader sense, the term can be used to describe any place or situation that is confined, strict, or disciplinary. It may also refer to a place where corrective discipline or punishment is administered. Devizes Bridewell was opened in 1579. It was a timber-framed building and was in the area now called Bridewell Street. It remained the only bridewell in Wiltshire until 1631. The building was damaged by fire in 1619 and again in 1630, then refronted in brick in 1771. Between 1770 and 1806 various improvements were made to the bridewell after an inmate, Thomas Platt, died of cold and hunger in custody. In 1810 a new prison was to be built in another part of Devizes, but the new prison wasn't opened until 1817. When this happened, this left this bridewell occasionally being used to detain pre-trial suspects until officially closed in 1836. The building was used as a police station from 1839 until 1855. In 1882 the building was renamed the Grange and was used as an infant's day nursery from 1895 till 1903 and later as a home for elderly women. In 2009 Devizes Town Council awarded the building with a historic plaque. Today the building is a private residence. Walking to the area where the new prison was built that is no longer there, you walk past Shane's Castle, which is an elegant toll house built around 1840. We walk past St Peter's Church, which was built by the vicar of St James's Church, who decided that town needed another church that was nearer the Kennet and Avon Canal and the industries that surrounded it. We soon come to the bridge that goes over the canal and is still called Prison Bridge, and would have been the last thing they saw as the prisoners would travel on their way into the prison. The prison building is no longer there and is now a housing estate. The Devizes County House of Correction was opened in 1817 after taking 7 years to build and was the replacement for the old Bridewell. The prison was designed in a stage of a polygon of brick and stone with the governor's building in the middle. There was 210 cells, 16 yards, 2 infirmaries and a chapel. After a report identified the lesser treatment of women, new cells were built in 1841 for them, as well as laundry room, day room and a separate infirmary. Cells measured around 10 feet high, 7.5 feet wide and 8.5 feet long. Women's cells were slightly smaller. Criminals facing this type of prison were expected to do hard labour, with public hangings being common. Later additions to the facility included a schoolhouse in 1842, 2 additional cells and an extension to the chapel in 1867. The prison was handed to the state in 1877. Between 1912 and 1914 the prison was used only for prisoners on remand. It was a military detention barracks from 1914 until 1920, when it fell completely out of use. In 1921, Devizes Prison officially closed. The building was sold the following year and demolished in 1927. How many people were imprisoned here I am not sure, or how many of these prisoners hanged, but there is one tale I would like to tell, and that is the hanging of Rebecca Smith. In May 1831, Rebecca married a labourer, Philip Smith, who had a reputation for being a drunk. Their first child, Jane, was born the following year. 10 other children followed. In 1846, Rebecca's mother died, and she inherited £100, equivalent to £10,000 in 2021. Rebecca moved her family to Westbury, but her husband squandered all the inheritance, forcing her to find seasonal work as a crop picker and vegetable grower, consequently living in a visibly state of poverty and ill health. Rebecca had 11 children. Richard was born on the 16th of May 1849. He was initially healthy, but was taken ill on the 7th of June, died on the morning of the 12th of June. The local registrar, George Shawland, initially recorded the death as unknown, but was persuaded by local rumours to order an inquest. Richard's body was dug up on the 22nd of June and was autopsied on the 24th of June, where traces of arsenic was discovered in his stomach. People started to come forward and claimed that Rebecca had made a series of attempts to purchase poisons, both before and after the birth. Inquests into the deaths of 2 more of her children, Sarah and Edward, were conducted on the 18th of July. Both of their bodies were found to contain arsenic. Rebecca Smith was put on trial for Richard's death on the 9th of August 1849 in Devizes. 18 witnesses were called, many of whom testified about her attempts to buy poison and false statements she had made about her son's health. The jury only took 30 minutes to find her guilty. A week after the trial, Rebecca Smith made a confession to the prison's chaplain, in which she admitted using rat poison to kill 7 of her other children. Only the firstborn survived to adulthood. 2 died of natural causes and the other 8 were killed. Rebecca Smith was publicly hanged in Devizes on the 23rd of August 1849. Of course, not everyone who found themselves in prisons committed such crimes. Some could have found themselves in prison simply by poaching or pickpocketing. A programme called The Great British Dig: History in Your Garden, where a team of archaeologists explored the back gardens of where the prison once was. I have found a link to this video on YouTube and will add the link in the description below. Really worth a watch for those who are interested. The programme also takes you inside the old Bridewell. As we conclude this journey through the dark corridors of history, history serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of our actions, the power of the collective choice, and the importance of empathy and understanding. While some of the chapters of our history may be unsettling, they also offer an opportunity for growth and change. Life was a lot harder for the people back then, and crimes are often committed to simply get by and to provide for their families. By acknowledging the darkness that exists within our shared history, we empower ourselves to build a brighter and more compassionate future. Let us use the knowledge gained from the mistakes and tragedy of the past to inspire positive change. For learning from history, we have the power to shape a world where the shadows of the past do not repeat, and where the light of compassion and understanding prevails. That is all for this week. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I would like to say a big thank you to the viewers and subscribers of the channel, to the Patreons and to those who have bought me coffee. This channel wouldn't be the same without you. Your support has made it all worthwhile, and I'm grateful beyond words. So if you're new here, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more contents like this. Also click the notification bell so you'll never miss an update. Until the next time, stay safe.